Okay.
So like I said, you just want to park and do what you want.
What other? For
We
sunset.
finished
Two
Utah,
spots.
Nevada,
So
haven't
the
been to
Heavenly
California
Rocks
yet, we
right
did some in
here.
Hawaii.
There's some
Wow,
rocks over on the
okay.
right hand side and a couple different footpaths that go out and you can climb up on the rocks.
Sounds like. Okay,
So that's
well, go ahead and open your
definitely a
books,
great
turn
place
them
to watch the
towards
sunset. The
you.
thing
We
about
do
this
go
one
through the
is
books.
it might get full.
And
It fills it fairly
do you mind me
quickly.
asking your names? My name's Lori.
From there. My other
Ariel.
recommendation would be going
Raylan?
down this
Okay,
hill,
nice
so
to
going
meet you
down to our
both.
second
So,
picnic area.
first page.
From the
Safety
picnic
first.
area, you're going to
So,
do like a little
Raylan,
loop
why
of
don't
a
you tell
parking
me
area.
one
On
thing
the
that
right
is
hand
unsafe
side,
and
there's
one
a
thing
trail.
that is
So if we
safe?
go back to
And
this map,
Ariel,
there's
I'll
that
have you do
trail.
the same
There's
thing.
the trail
One
that
thing
goes
that's
from
safe
there.
is bringing
You
water
only
and
have to
another-
go up about a
not
quarter
a
of a
safe thing is
mile.
touching cactus.
And I say up, it'll
Exactly.
be flat,
Yeah.
and then
Have
there's
you
just
ever
like one
touched
tiny
cactus?
little climbing
Got any
section.
spines in
And it's
you?
almost
No, I
exactly a
haven't
quarter of a
gotten
mile
Good.
up, and on your right there's going to be a rocky
How about you?
One thing
That is
is
awesome.
going on the trail beyond the trail.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Stay on the trail. One thing would not be safe in there.
I have this.
What about this one? Safe or unsafe?
Unsafe.
Unsafe. Why?
Because there could be a creature in there.
Yeah, be a critter in there that you don't want to mess with. Okay, let's go ahead and turn the page.
1596.
Okay, let's start with you, Ariel. Why don't you tell me about two things you saw that might have been something new to you?
Good afternoon and welcome to Saguaro National Park.
Would you like to receive?
Here at 3:30,
Or did you already know about all these things, maybe? You did pretty much, yeah. And how about you?
Most of these things I've seen before, it's just seeing a cactus skeleton.
It's in the cactus root.
Skeleton.
Skeleton, yeah. They're pretty amazing, aren't they? Yeah, good. And you saw the stick for harvesting. Did you see that back in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you know how they use it? Did you see the film by any chance?
No, yeah.
Oh, okay. So what they do, is that the fruit grows up way high, the top of the saguaro. So they use the stick to knock it down, and then there's someone standing below with a big bucket or basket, and they kind of catch it, and it drops in. So, because there's no way to really sort of climb up the saguaro and pick that fruit. Okay, so you drew your saguaros. Tell me how old you think yours is.
100 years old.
And what would be my clue to look at that? Why is that? How do I know this is 100 years old?
Because the arms, they go at 60 to 75.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, so you will
Yeah.
have to get an entrance fee to go into the park. That's
So
all going to
this, I
happen
don't know if
at the
you've
fee
seen this,
at the
but
end of
this
the park.
shows you don't
There'll be
get
a
your
kiosk
first
on your
arms
left
in.
hand side.
Anyone ready to
Until
check
you're
out?
70-ish
You
years
can
old.
walk right by it, or you
And
can
some
drive.
saguaros never get arms. So if they don't have arms, it doesn't mean they're not that age yet. But don't get their first flowers until they're around 50 years old.
Yes.
So good. And yours is how old?
So like around 130.
130. Okay. That works. And looks like you all did the math. You both did the math, came out with one. So what do you think this page is telling us? Either one of you. What's sort of the point of this page?
They wasted a lot of seeds.
Well, we try not to think of wasted, but they lose the opportunity to grow from a lot of seeds. Yeah, because why might that be? Why might that be that only one would grow out of all the seeds that are in a fruit? Any ideas?
Well, no, he changed next week. I guess my husband.
Does it tell you here? Well, if coyotes could eat some fruits. If ants, there could be critters that would eat the seeds. It could be that the seeds get kind of stomped on, either by critters or people or whatever it might be. So even though there's a lot of seeds in a fruit, it's always quite a miracle, I think, that a saguaro grows. And as you see on this, it takes a really, really long time to grow. Okay, go ahead and turn the page. Okay, looks like you came up with your own energy webs. Why don't you tell me about yours, Ariel?
So the rat eats seeds, and then the snake eats the rat, and then the hawk eats the snake.
Okay, that's good. How about yours, Raymond?
Crow eats seeds, crow gets eaten by coyote, and coyote gets eaten by mountain lion.
Okay, so basically all of nature is tied together. If we lose one part of it, it can really affect all the others. Good. Okay. Let's turn the page.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, tell me about the game.
It was pretty fun. I won because I'm the best.
So any particular things that held you up at one point, or
So
that you
most
got
will meet here at the
moving
Visitor Center.
fast on? Or?
Honestly, I just
the
rely on luck,
whiteboard
that's
just
it.
outside,
Luck,
there's a
yeah.
full list of the programs that we have.
About right.
Also coming
Okay,
up
let's turn the
on
page.
this TV right here. Also
Okay,
listed
what,
on our
Ariel, why don't you
website.
tell me about this
Details
plant
that'll
right
tell
here
you
and a
where
fact
every
about it?
program is meeting.
It's a flower and they have a
There's
lot
one in
of
particular, a
nectar.
couple that you're
Okay.
curious about.
And what does the nectar help with? Any
Yes.
ideas?
Bees.
Uh-huh.
So that is
So-
our night hike.
Or birds, or
Those
bats
are
that might
different every
come,
time, just
and then
depending
they
on
help
what
with
ranger
the
is leading it.
pollination.
So you're never going to be hiking more than probably
Okay, why don't you tell me one fact about one of your
the night hike is great.
Oh,
Different
grass,
it's
it's
always
a-
now that we're starting to get warmer, critters are making their
And
appearances.
we actually have crews that will go out and
That's
dig
always
out
a
the
fun one.
grass. Do you know
Sometimes
why
the
it's
ranger will
kind
have
of
you walk
dangerous
along
for our environment?
Sometimes
It sucks up all the water in the land, so
There,
that's gross.
Well, I'm sure that's part of it, but one of the big reasons is that it's more adapted to fire than our own native plants.
Right.
And so the buffgrass will, if
The
it's
night
more
hike always
likely
meets
to
here
catch
just right
fire,
outside the
and then
visitor
the
center.
fire spreads. So,
So yeah, you can get your pass today while you're here, just going through by the
tell me about one of your senses and what you saw.
Yeah, they're not
I use sight, so I just look at the landscape around me. I just like rough drawings.
Yeah. This is Western.
I felt rocks under my feet when I was hiking.
Okay, let's go ahead
That
and
one,
Okay, let's start with you. Tell me about your water.
So when it drinks it becomes slimy. And that's how it's a water.
They're starting to show face a little bit more now that it's starting to warm up
Yeah.
a little bit. About
Okay.
half of the
And what
wildlife
do you have,
apartments
a lizard?
run at night.
Yeah, it's
Usually
just
gonna be
it's
a lizard.
Okay, I was gonna
Now
say,
that we're starting
I thought maybe that had a fancy name, but that's okay. And what is this
I know
through
on
here?
recent night
it's a
hikes,
lizard.
you've been seeing some coyotes.
Oh, for reference.
some
And tell me
rabbits,
some
birds,
facts.
and
Alright, so
squirrels
that's like an
and
internal cooler inside, like an
even
actual
some
cooler.
scorpions. So
Okay.
usually
And then
we'll
and it
give
lives
you
inside
some
cactuses, and it just eats quill, just to stay alive.
Good, okay. Well, this is telling us about adaptations. You know, the desert critters need a
We've
lot
been
of,
finding a lot of
you know,
scorpions recently.
like the word adaptation, kind of what that means. Basically, something that will keep them cool, and that might be their rough skin, a way to conserve water, so they don't sweat a lot, or, you know, whatever the critters' issues.
But yeah, usually
Like,
more
what
wildlife.
do you think the tortoise's shell might help them?
Yeah, they've been coming
in terms
around.
of
Yeah, I actually
adaptation?
just saw a couple earlier this week crossing the
Yeah,
road. I was
like
driving
cool
into
them
work in the
down?
morning. They were
Protection?
around. Yeah.
That's right, yeah. How about
Not
a,
usually.
What about a rattlesnake? What do you think a
last summer
rattler
we had a
is in
group of about
adaptation?
13
What
of
is
them
it
that
kind of-
almost every other
how does
day
it serve
were
the
coming
rattlesnake?
underneath this awning right here, just outside the
To tell
window. They would come
predators
because there's a little bit of
to
shade
Yeah.
right there. We also
It's
have a
sort of in
little
case they're
watering
scared, they
hole
can
down
kind of
away
like
from the wildlife and the
That's
pipe
good.
that goes down
Okay,
there.
let's go
Had a
ahead
leak
and
in it. And so
turn
there's
the
some
page.
there.
Do you mind
So the
sharing?
huddlings
Oh,
were
here we
coming
are.
around to roll in the mud
Okay,
and then
so,
sleep in the shade throughout the afternoon.
Um,
Cuddle last time.
One of you tell me about what you
So they're
know
out
about
today,
a
they're just not usually
petroglyph and what they are.
Oh, yeah, but they're other names.
Since you
They're
Since you
crepuscular, so most
chose
of the
her,
time
why don't I
they're
choose you?
Alright, so honestly, this right here, it's a kind of a running joke in our family where, like, this one time I was in another national park and I drew this random guy as a consolation, and now he's been a running joke in the junior reader book.
Oh, good. And what does
We
it
only
say?
hike at the quarter
Prophecy.
mile, so
I was gonna say, it looks like a
the
prophecy.
last
Yeah, okay.
section
Does he
is
have a
the
name?
rocks,
Or-
so it's a little bit steep,
Oh, okay. If you want to keep that in your family, you keep that too. That's fine. Good. Okay. Well, tell me about this one. People always call that different things. That looks like a
It's like a bird.
bird. Yeah.
right there.
Well, and the main thing is with petroglyphs, they were done so long ago, we don't know exactly what they mean. But we kind of based on context, where they're found, what's near them, all the rest, or anything we know about the people who are living there, might help us to decipher. But tell me, Ariel, about yours.
I love, and then a spider web, because I love Spider-Man.
No Spider-Man. Okay. Okay. Well, that's pretty clear there. Good. Okay, so tell me what each of you, tell me, and Ariel, we'll start with you. What does wilderness mean to you?
A place that wild animals free live and wild plants.
Okay. Yeah. And Raylan, tell me about wilderness.
Humanity hasn't touched it, like hasn't exploited its natural resources. Animals are free roam without anything attached to them that's related to humans, all that kind of stuff.
Good. And we have wilderness that's protected for all those reasons, to make sure that development doesn't go into areas that we want to keep preserved for animals, for enjoyment, for nature, for the trees, and for all of the natural things that grow. So 90% of the park here, it's a much bigger park than you see by driving, because it is wilderness back there. And it will always be wilderness. So tell me each one thing that you would not want to see happening in the wilderness. Why don't you go first?
Be getting attacked by a mountain lion.
Well, that's not actually against the law, because we can't control the mountain lion. So you wouldn't want that to happen. But in terms of what might be either against the law, that we wouldn't want anyone to do in the wilderness, and why?
Oh, poaching.
Poaching. Okay, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or what's one thing that you've marked out here?
I don't know if it's worth $9 though.
Not cutting cactus.
Exactly. We wouldn't want anybody to cut a saguaro anywhere in the park, right? Yeah. How about camping?
Oh,
Camping okay in the wilderness?
I mean,
All the way down
it just
there at the other
depends.
end.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I think, we always talk about leave no trace. So if you camp, you want to make sure whatever you brought in, you take out with you. Trash, food, that you make the place when you leave as natural as you found it, so that the next person who comes can just enjoy it as wilderness. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and turn the page. And do you mind sharing with me your poems?
Which
You
one?
don't have to.
Wait, which one? I make two.
You can do both, one, neither, either. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure. It's too hot in here. Vegas is a desert, but still, it's winter right now. Oh wait, wrong poem. Predators at arms. The cycle of the desert will always repeat.
Ooh, wait, what's the last one? The cycle of the desert. Oh, nice. Very good. Okay, Ariel.
Up we go to the hike. We go to watch the Saguaro cactus grow.
Very nice. Good rhyming. Okay, turn the page. Okay, and the bingo. So you saw quite a few things. Okay, I'm just gonna let you go with that one. Caring for your park. If I said, come out one day and do something that's showing caring for this national park or any national park, what might you like to do the best?
Take trash.
Pick up trash? Good. And how about you?
Tell people to stay on the trail.
That's good. Yeah. So there's always lots of things that any one of us can do to care for our park, and a lot of it's based on what you like to do yourself, what you're, what you're most comfortable with. What, as you're looking at this, if you saw someone doing something that is not caring for the park, which one of these would really bug you if you saw someone doing it?
Literally.
Yeah. Okay. Good. How about you, Whitney? Which one would sort of bug you the most?
Yeah, that one guy touching a cactus, like, common sense.
What was the first part?
Touching cactus.
Touching cactus. Okay, yeah. Just because that would be like, why are you doing that? Yeah. We sometimes have people come in with cactus, the cholla stuck in their hand. Do you know the best way to get that out? The cholla? We have in our first aid kit, we have a comb. And so, because if you try to grab the cholla and pull, you know what I'm talking about? The chollas, they're called jumping chollas because they can almost jump out at you. But you take a comb and you pull.
We saw one on the trail.
I said that the cactus heard you, so watch out because they jump on you.
Yeah. They almost seem like if you barely brush against them. But yeah, so if you try to grab it, it just gets stuck here on this hand. So but if you take a comb and go underneath it and yank it out, that's the best way.
Do you have any
We always
questions
tell people
about
to
the
keep a
travel
comb
stamp?
in their first aid kits in the desert. Okay, let's go ahead and turn the page. And do you have questions?
Why did you want to become a park ranger?
Oh, okay. Well, I'm actually a volunteer, not a ranger. But for me, I love the park. I love nature. I really wanted to learn a little more about nature, about the park. So I figured that would be a good thing to learn. I love talking to people who've been to other parks and that I can learn from. And also I like, helping people establish tools. Why did you ask me your second one?
That's part of
Or is that it? Oh, what's your first one?
Why is there so many cacti here?
Well, you know, it's interesting. The saguaro cactus, they only grow in the Sonoran Desert, which is it goes from Mexico up to maybe a little bit above Flagstaff, Arizona. So it is a very special place that only the saguaro grow in. But there are cacti that grow all over the world, actually. So it kind of just depends on the amount of rain. It depends on the cycles of heat and
So a lot of
freezes,
people prefer that
types of soil.
because
So
that has
it
an native
depends on
stamp
kind of the
and
conditions.
it tells you where you're
How about you?
I'm just asking a question because the other one.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so is it really worth it being a park ranger?
Well, it depends on how you define worth it.
Like, good life?
Well, you know, I think so. I think people who choose to do it like for their jobs, they really have a heart for the parks, a heart for nature, a commitment to keeping nature wild, or and also to education of people, so people can educate for that. So I don't know, what do you think might be the best parts of being a park ranger?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm asking, but since you've been to other parks, I'm not saying you would want to be a ranger, but what, as you've seen other rangers, what do you think would be the most interesting part of the job?
Just exploring.
Exploring, yeah. Get to go out hiking, get to go out fixing trails, building trails, all kinds of stuff. So there's so much variety. Maybe that's part of the
So we
part
tried
of
this
the
one.
award too. Okay, well, I will sign this and then I will get your badges. Why don't you put your names though right here on this certificate? Oh, do you want to use a pen? Here. And
Huh?
Did either of you want one of these? You don't have to take it if you don't want one of these. But if you want to, you're welcome. Oh, thank you for putting the date in there. Saves me one step. Okay, so there's yours here, and thank you. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that. Guess it would depend on which job you had. So did you say you'd been to some Hawaiian parks as well?
Just one.
Yeah, which one was that?
It's the
Thank you.
Canyon.
Big Island.
Okay, yeah, good. And you've been to all the Utah parks?
Yes.
But before you go,
So we don't have that right here.
I'm
If
gonna
you go
have
through the
you
end of
take
the
the
parking lot,
pledge.
there's a few booths on your left.
So-
There should be a ranger in there. You can see it.
It's right here, but before you read it, I'm gonna have you raise your right hand, but also raise your left hand. Put one of them higher than the other. And why do you think we do that here at Saguaro? The Saguaro cactus look like it. Okay, so why don't you read it together? I'll start with you. As a junior ranger,
Care for and protect America's natural parks. Keep it safe and improve our
excellent. This one.